The wait is over, and after a lot of work behind the scenes, Parker's River Landing will soon be open to the public. Today, we're sitting down with Yarmouth Town Engineer Amanda Lima to talk about the project, the Coastal Resiliency Fair, and what's going to be the talk of the town on May 2nd. Hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us on the Your Yarmouth Podcast. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
We're just going to dive right in. Tell me a little bit about your role here in Yarmouth and then how you got involved in this project.
Awesome. Yeah. So I've been the town engineer for the last 7 years, and our role for our division is to really help, implement capital projects. So I got involved during the beginning of the construction of it.
So this is a very exciting thing for Yarmouth.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about, I know it has been a long process, but kind of give us an idea of where it started to where it is now?
Yeah, so again, it's been a very lengthy process, and there's been amazing community outreach and community support for these projects.
Yeah.
And it started back in the 1980s when they purchased the property when it was an existing drive-in site.
Yeah.
And then in 2015, the drive-in site utilization committee was formed to determine the future use of the park.
So it obviously got a name change because it's no longer a drive-in.
Mm-hmm.
So what's special about this now?
So with a lot of public output and input, we were able to determine the new name, and that was Parker's River Landing, and it was really to help capture the different amenities that are on the site, such as the boardwalk, the kayak launch, the park.
And this is all different than it was before, completely renovated, new. People are really going to be surprised when they see it, right?
Yeah, so the area that was improved is about 22 acres. So I think like the biggest takeaway is like how large the site is. Before it was just a grass field with some pavement, and now it has different amenities, such as I mentioned, the playground, the kayak launch. It has a large event space, and now we'll have a bathhouse, which is really helpful in the summer.
And walking trails as well?
Yes. So a lot of walking trails, the boardwalk, the kayak launch are all ADA accessible for many different users.
And how long did this take, this process?
So again, the committee was formed in 2015. We've now been under construction for a couple of years now, just because of just how large it is. We had to bring in a lot of fill. That's the resiliency part of the project. And it will be completed early this summer.
So you're going to have a party on May 2nd, and you're going to pair up the Coastal Resiliency Fair with the opening of Parker's River Landing, right?
Yes.
Why are you going to pair those two together?
Really, it's the timing, and they really come together right at the perfect time. Because a lot of projects you start and you hope that you'll finish at a particular moment, but things come in the way.
Yep.
And so for this one, again, just because of delays with procurement and materials, the little bit of the Parker's River Landing project got a little extended. But the town also has an MVP grant to be looking at this. One of the components is having this coastal resiliency fair. So we've done an analysis of a lot of the roads in town, and as part of that, we also did an inventory of a bunch of parcels that were south of 28 to really identify where the town's vulnerabilities are with the roadways and town parcels over the last few years.
Okay.
So this site alone is a coastal resiliency project because, like I mentioned, it has the components of the floodplain in it. So the bathhouse is at elevation 15. So when you get on the site, you might be like questioning why the bathhouse,
is higher.
It looks like a mound on the site. The whole overall site is about 3 feet higher, and then again, we kind of tried to blend in that bathhouse so that it meets the current flood requirements.
So why is the Coastal Resiliency project or plan, why is that so important to Yarmouth residents?
I think it comes down to understanding like what our vulnerabilities are.
Yeah.
The fair is nice because we're going to have a lot of different consultants, state and local agencies that are going to be available like, to have, be able to ask questions from the residents. Should I improve my home? Should I retreat my home? Like what I should do. And then it also gives an opportunity for the town to share what projects we're doing. Because some people might see like erosion on their property if they have waterfront property. But the town, our roads have, issues as well. So we've been, permitting different projects, doing a lot of restoration projects. So it's kind of like an opportunity to see what the town's doing for ideas that maybe residents might have on their own properties.
No, that's a great idea. But let's talk about the event itself, because I know it's kind of turning into a big party.
A big party.
A big party. So what can we expect?
So the event will be from 10 to 3. We're going to have our grand opening ceremony at 10:30. The site, once you arrive, it is very large. We'll have parking on site, but then we're also encouraging people to park at Seagull Beach, and we'll be providing a shuttle.
A shuttle, yeah.
Yes, to be able to get on site. And then there'll be a large tent that we is being funded by the grant.
Yeah.
We'll also have food trucks. We're going to have touch-a-trucks.
Nice.
AmeriCorps is volunteering to help with guided tours to really highlight, the pieces that you might not see at first glance when you're just like taking in the beautiful views.
So how long are these guided tours? Because it's such a big piece of property. Are they like 15 minutes? Are they longer than that? Just to give people an idea.
So we are trying to figure that part out because again, like you said, so you could do a mile loop on site, and that could take some time.
It could, yeah.
We're trying to figure out whether we'll do stations or a guided tour. So we're a little bit still in the works for that. But it'll be nice to have like that information that like you said, if you just see it, you might not really truly understand what it's consists of.
So wear your walking shoes.
Yes. Oh, yes, for sure.
And what about, it's a kid-friendly event, so what about activities for the kids? Do you have anything like that planned?
Yeah, so we're going to have a face painter. We're going to have the touch-a-truck. Department of Natural Resources, police, fire, recreation is going to bring their sailboat, potentially the Cape Cod RTA. So there's going to be a lot of those. We're going to have music from a DJ that will be kind of just going on in the background. As I mentioned, the face painter. We're going to have local Yarmouth crafters.
Yeah.
There'll be we have like an area for hopefully future artist shanties. So they'll be set up along that way, and there'll be tours of like the upper.
A real family event, and really cool to go, especially if you did go to the drive-in years and years ago. How long has it not been a drive-in? By the way,
since about the mid-'80s when we purchased the parcel.
When you purchased the land. Why is this kind of project so important to Yarmouth?
I think it just really brings like everyone together. It isn't just like a community project. It's more of like a community like campus, because you can go for like different reasons. Like maybe you just want to go and bring your kayak. Maybe you want to, have lunch on the, event space or hang out by the playground.
Yeah.
Or maybe you kind of want a secluded walk, because the boardwalk, you actually have to walk through some trails in order to get to the boardwalk. And it's about 1,200 linear feet.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, it's like, it's a little hidden gem that maybe you wouldn't see from the road side.
Yeah. Great place for like picnics. And do you think there'll even be like summer concerts there? Is it set up for that?
Yeah. So the intent is that it would bring economic development. It's part of the revitalization of Route 28. There's a policy that's being written now for people to be able to rent the space. The bathhouse has like a little office in the front that might be able to facilitate like purchasing tickets or selling some concessions or something like that as part of an event. So it really is like a campus.
Any other projects like this in the pipeline for Yarmouth?
Well, we have a lot of other projects. Yarmouth is really good at the forefront of like really investing into the community, and I'm really excited for like that our engineering division gets to participate in these. And so currently under construction is Chase Brook Park, which is also a resiliency project because it allows for salt marsh migration. We have some other culverts that are being converted to bridges again for allowing
There's a lot going
migration. So and we do a handful of stormwater projects, again giving an area for water to go versus like trying to put it away.
What about if people are on the fence about going? What's your message to them? Your final push to get them to come out on May 2nd?
I just think it's going to be a great, just fun community event, and there'll be a little bit for everybody.
And where can they get information about it?
They'll be able to see it on our Facebook event, as well as there's some information on our website.
And they can go on the website and look at all the information about how this kind of started from beginning to end?
Yeah, correct.
That'd be great. So I really appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. And we're really looking forward to the event. And just to recap, for more information on the Parkers River Landing event, you can head to our website. Don't forget, mark your calendars, May 2nd. We hope to see you there from 10 to 3. As always, thank you so much for listening. And you can always follow us on all of our social media platforms, our website, our YouTube channel, and Channel 8. And you can also find us anywhere you get your podcast. Hope to see you May 2nd.